happen?
Yeah, well, I hate to say it, but I played a little safe. So knowing where I was running in second and where the other playoff guys were, I wanted to make sure I didn't make a mistake coming on to the pits on that tricky little road right there and screw up, a chance at being in the top four for next week. So I hate to say I played a little safe, but I did. And so he was able to, when we came out, he was able to be about 2 to 3 seconds in front of me. And I was able to cut it in half, but mine and his truck were pretty even all night, so I just wasn't able to make up enough ground on him. But I hate to say I hate to say I kind of gave it away, but I gave it away in way of looking for a bigger goal.
Alrighty, well, congratulations on the second place finish again tonight. You put a lot of momentum into yourself as you get ready for week 14. How does the second place finish transition over to next week?
Well, Vegas and Homestead are a lot different. They're not really, you can't really carry anything over. It resets next week, but it's at least good to be coming out and having a good run in all the playoff races like I've had. And that just gives you a little more confidence for next week to hopefully go and close this thing out.
All right. Well, congratulations again. Thank you so much for coming on, and good luck next week in Las Vegas for the championship.
All right, buddy. I appreciate it.
Have a good night. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get Dylan JD42. He was not the third place finisher in tonight's race, but he is the final driver to make it into the playoffs after that crazy last lap turn of events. We'll try and get him in just a moment here to see whether we can get an interview now with the final driver in the playoffs next week at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. He drove the 99 Thor Sport Ford F-150 tonight if you saw him racing. Definitely a very, very ecstatic guy, and I'm sure he's very ecstatic right now after making the chase for the Cup in the final week at Las Vegas next week. Again, that is going to be on Tuesday night, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, along with the Wednesday night race next week at Las Vegas, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, and Thursday, 6 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Pacific, or 9 o'clock Pacific time p.m. for the championship race in the Cup Series at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Once again, still trying to get Dylan JD42 into the lobby here to see if we can get an interview with him, the last driver to make the chase after that crazy turn of events in Turn 4 that took not only Ski Mask Leezy out of the chase, but also the number 12 of code Dylan YT. We're also going to try and get a couple of other drivers into the interview booth right now, including Exotic Apex in the number 27 and Y'all Ain't Racing in the number 45, the other two chase drivers in the Truck Series. Right now, for the moment, not looking like Dylan JD is going to be available, so we move on to the next driver. We're going to move on to Exotic Apex in the number 27 machine. After having a great race, that number 27 truck was running well for the majority of the night before he started to have a couple of issues, but was still able to do really well over the course of the long run. And was able to come home pretty well tonight on in the race. Exotic Apex, again, one of the drivers in the chase now next week at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. A great job by him to get the job done tonight, play it safe like D-Blood was talking about just a moment ago, and make his way into the chase in the final week here in the White Knuckle Racing League. Alright, for the moment it looks like all of the other drivers have already left after tonight's race, so we won't be able to get any more interviews, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the race. Once again, thank you guys so much for joining me for tonight's coverage of the Ford EcoBoost 100 at Homestead Miami Speedway. Your winner, Skewdrop EDRT in the number 3 machine, and your 4 playoff drivers for next week at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The number 4 of D-Blood in Las Vegas Motor Speedway is going to be looking to try and carry his second place finish in. The 27 of Exotic Apex in his Louisiana Hot Sauce, number 27 Ford F-150 for Thor Sport, is going to be trying to win the championship next weekend as well. After getting a good finish in tonight's race, Dylan JD, after the last lap turn of events in his Carolina Nut number 99 Ford F-150 for Thor Sport, is going to be trying to make his way into the playoffs. And then lastly, the number 45 of Y'all Ain't Racing in his Chevy Silverado. Those are going to be the four trucks driving to try and make a chase at the Gander Outdoors Cup next week at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Once again, join us Tuesday night, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, for coverage of the final race, the championship race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. But until then, my name is James McCombs. Thank you guys so much for joining me for tonight's race, and come back tomorrow for the Xfinity Series, same time, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, for coverage of Week 13 as we continue here in the White Knuckle Racing League. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and have a wonderful night wherever you are.